You're standing in the cooking oil aisle, and let's be honest, it's overwhelming. You've got one bottle bragging about its high smoke point, another one that all the health gurus are talking about, and then there's the classic staple of the Mediterranean diet. So, which one are you actually supposed to be using? Let's dive in and try to separate the real science from the marketing hype.
You know, the confusion really comes to a head with one oil in particular, coconut oil. For years, this stuff has been at the center of a massive debate. On one side, it's hailed as this incredible superfood, but on the other, it's been called an artery-clogging fat. So what is the real story here?
And this is where it gets really tricky for all of us trying to make the right choice. Over on the left, you've got a major 2017 advisory from the American Heart Association. Pretty clear, right? They warn that coconut oil's high saturated fat raises bad LDL cholesterol. But then, fast forward to 2024, a new analysis, looking at 4 decades of studies, comes to a completely different conclusion. It does not pose a health risk. This is the exact conflict we're going to unpack.
All right, so let's start by taking a closer look at this controversy, because honestly, understanding what's going on with coconut oil helps us understand the bigger picture about all fats.
So that 2024 paper, it took a deep dive into 26 different studies, and its findings really start to clear things up. It found that while coconut oil is technically a saturated fat, it just doesn't act like the others in our body. In fact, it consistently tended to increase the good HDL cholesterol and even decrease triglycerides. And the reason why is fascinating. The fats in coconut oil are mostly something called medium-chain fatty acids, and our bodies process those very differently from the long-chain fats you find in stuff like lard. And that little chemical distinction, it turns out to be absolutely crucial.
Okay, so the coconut oil story really shows us that not all fats are created equal, even if they have the same label. With that in mind, what about the two oils a lot of us use every single day, olive oil and avocado oil? At first glance, these two look incredibly similar. They're both loaded with healthy monounsaturated fats. The main difference you'll hear about, olive oil, because of its starring role in the Mediterranean diet, just has a mountain of research behind it. On the other hand, avocado oil has a way higher smoke point, which makes it seem like the obvious choice for high-heat cooking. But here's the question. Does that nutritional profile on the bottle tell the whole story? Because the real question isn't just about what's in the oil when it's sitting in the bottle. It's about what happens to it when you put it to the ultimate test, in a hot pan. And you know what? This one simple question changes everything. Because the second you introduce heat, the very chemistry of the oil starts to break down, and it turns out some oils hold up far, far better than others.
Now, to really get this, we need to quickly talk about something called polar compounds. It sounds complicated, but it's simple. These are nasty, harmful byproducts that get created when an oil degrades from heat, and research has linked them to some pretty serious health issues. So the goal is pretty clear. You want to cook with an oil that creates the fewest of these polar compounds.
Okay, so check this out. This chart from a 2018 study shows us exactly what happens. Researchers heated up 10 common oils and measured those polar compounds. Now, find the line for canola oil. It's that open diamond. See how it just shoots straight up as the temperature rises? Not great. But now, look all the way down at the bottom. That solid black circle, that's extra virgin olive oil. It stays incredibly low and stable even as the heat gets cranked up.
And this next chart shows us why. This is all about something called oxidative stability, which is really just a fancy way of saying how well an oil can resist breaking down. And look who's at the very top. Once again, extra virgin olive oil. And right there with it, coconut oil. They start out more stable, and they stay more stable as things get hotter. It's the oils with lower stability that created all those harmful compounds we saw in the last chart. So this brings us to the most important takeaway. And it's a direct quote from the scientist who did this research. Smoke point does not predict oil performance when heated. For years, we've all been told to pick oils with high smoke points for cooking. But this research just blows that idea out of the water. It turns out that an oil's chemical stability is what really truly matters.
So after putting all this evidence together, what does this actually mean for your kitchen? Let's build a clear, simple guide you can actually use. All right, here's the bottom line. For your day-to-day cooking, sautéing, even dressings, extra virgin olive oil is hands down your best bet. We saw the proof. It was the most stable oil under heat, which means it produces the fewest harmful byproducts. Now, for those times you need really high heat, like searing a steak, avocado oil is still a fantastic choice because of its high smoke point and neutral taste.
And coconut oil, which was also incredibly stable, is perfect for baking or medium heat cooking, especially when you want its unique properties and flavor.
So, the real takeaway here isn't that there's one single perfect oil for everything. It's about knowing which oil is the right tool for the job. Instead of just looking at the smoke point, we now know we should be thinking about stability. So armed with the real science of how these oils perform under heat, the choice is now, finally, in your hands.